Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Despite being issued closure orders, some bar and restaurant owners locally say their doors will stay open. Winnebago County's top health official warns the consequences could impact everyone. As the pandemic stretches on, sales dwindle, but business owners' bills continue to stack up. The city of Rockford steps up to ease some of the stress. And we break down record-breaking early voting numbers across the state line. One election expert says having options to cast your ballot is a positive for both sides of the aisle. Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi Murphy is off tonight. The number of COVID cases in Winnebago County is now over 10,000, and the health department urges people to follow mitigation rules. 21 businesses have been issued orders of closure. Most of those are because the businesses are still allowing indoor dining. Dr. Sandra Martell says once a place has been given a closure order, the name goes to the state's attorney, Illinois Attorney General, and Illinois State Police for enforcement. Dr. Martell says her team members spend more time dealing with business complaints than they should.
I urge those institutions and restaurants and establishments that are on that list to come into compliance. You are not helping our community. You are hurting our community. And it will make it harder for the rest of our businesses and the rest of our institutions and our children to remain in school.
Dr. Martell went on to applaud 4 businesses who have come off the non-compliance list: Berean Baptist School, Choice Furniture, CJ's, and Tony's of Winnebago. The positivity rate for our area continues to climb. Region 1 now sits at 12.8%. Boone County has the highest, 15.8%. Whiteside and Winnebago counties follow. Yesterday, all of the counties in Region 1 went into Tier 2 of mitigation, putting stricter restrictions on groups of people gathering. We need to be at 6.5 rolling positivity to get out of mitigation. Smoke alarms help alert 2 families get out of their burning home safely overnight. The smoke detectors went off just after 3 at the apartment on South 5th Street near 15th Avenue. Rockford Fire says both back porches were on fire when they got there, and they were able to get it out in about 25 minutes. It was started by a grill on the first floor porch. The Red Cross is helping out those 2 families. Still no word yet on how this fire started. The old Atwood building on North Main and Ford Street in Rockford caught fire early Saturday morning. Since the building was vacant, firefighters let it burn on its own. No one was hurt. You could see the thick smoke for most of the day, though, from miles away. The election's 1 week from tomorrow, and early voting places are open. There seems to be a little bit of confusion for voters in Winnebago County. It's based on where you live. In Rockford, you can vote early at the Board of Elections on 6th Street or Emmanuel Episcopal Church on North Church. Everyone else in Winnebago County, non-Rockford residents, can go to the Winnebago County Administration Building on Elm Street. We've said that previously. You can also go to the Meadow Mart Shopping Center in North 2nd in Loves Park. Again, that is in Winnebago County, outside Rockford city limits. Parents, you can get free childcare while you vote on Election Day, thanks to the Rockford YMCA. Taking kids to the polls, especially during the pandemic, can be stressful. So the Y says you can drop your kids off at the Riverfront or Northeast Family locations next Tuesday for 2 hours for free. You have to register in advance. We have information on how to do that on our website. Just head over to mystateline.com. Early voters are casting ballots in record numbers this year amid the pandemic. The totals already surpassed the number of people who voted early or by mail in 2016. Elliot Grandia looks into how many have applied to vote by mail around the state and how it could sway the presidential election. Eyewitness News is your local election headquarters.
Well, the deadline to request a mail-in ballot coming up this Thursday, October 29th. And already, counties around the state line seeing record number vote-by-mail numbers well before that deadline to apply. So I wanted to break down county by county the number of vote-by-mail ballots already received as those numbers continue to grow by the day. Over in Rock County, they're leading the way right now, issuing over 36,000 absentee ballots, about double of what they sent out for the 2016 presidential election. At last check in Winnebago County, vote-by-mail applications were at over 20,000. In DeKalb County, they've mailed out about 14,000 ballots so far. Joe Davies has sent out about 3,700 vote-by-mail ballots. In Boone County, they've seen roughly 6,600 requests for vote-by-mail ballots. The clerk telling us that they sent out only 850 in the 2016 presidential election. Lee County has mailed out over 3,200 ballots already. Now, I spoke with an NIU political scientist who says making voting easier, like mail-in ballots, allowing for that'll help voter turnout during this pandemic, but won't necessarily have a partisan advantage.
You know, when we first started making voting easier, like with early voting and so forth, it was the Democrats that were the most likely to complain because they felt that voters of a higher socioeconomic status, more likely Republican, would be able to take advantage of, things like mail voting or early voting more so than lower class individuals who disproportionately support the Democratic Party. It's ironic that the Trump administration has been sort of railing against mail voting when now there's been research, and the research suggests no partisan advantage. Like I say, the Democrats were worried it would have a Republican advantage. That has not materialized.
That was Elia Grandia reporting. The deadline to request a ballot by mail is this Thursday. Your ballot must be postmarked by Tuesday, November 3rd, which is Election Day, and it must be received no later than Tuesday, November 17th, 2 weeks later, in order for it to count. Judge Amy Coney Barrett is set to become confirmed as a justice to the United States Supreme Court. A final vote's expected in the U.S. Senate tonight. It's likely to be close. Raquel Martin sits down with senators celebrating the confirmation. Meanwhile, Democrats continue to rail against the appointment, calling it a power grab just 8 days from Election Day. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
She is a brilliant legal mind.
After weeks of tense debate and protest, Iowa Republican Senators Joni Ernst and Chuck Grassley are celebrating a conservative victory, with Judge Amy Coney Barrett headed to the nation's highest court.
Barrett's the kind of person I want on the Supreme Court.
They're replacing one incredible woman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, with another incredible woman, Amy Coney Barrett.
But on the Senate floor, objections continued. Democrats say Barrett's nomination is a violation of the millions of Americans voting right now who disagree.
People want their voices to be heard.
Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin and Illinois Senator Dick Durbin called Barrett's nomination and confirmation just days from Election Day a power grab.
It's never been done.
And say the president openly wants Barrett to do away with Roe versus Wade and the Affordable Care Act.
It's clear as day. Judge Barrett has been nominated to do what President Trump wants.
Barrett answered that question. I have no animosity towards the ACA.
Grassley says he trusts Barrett to play fair. He and Ernst think it's unnecessary for Barrett to recuse herself from the upcoming health care case.
She will follow the law.
Once confirmed, Barrett will be sworn in at a White House celebration. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
We have a little bit of cuteness on this dreary Monday. Every year, the babies in Swedish Americans' NICU celebrate Halloween. This year's theme was Pumpkin Patch. Here are a few babies dressed up as pumpkins. They also had a fairy, Peter Pan, even a Subway sandwich at one point. That is the most adorable Subway sandwich ever. NICU nurses say this is something they look forward to every year, but with all of the COVID restrictions, it was even more important to bring some fun to these families.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Well, for late October, felt more like late November as temperatures this afternoon struggled to make it out of the 30s today. In fact, our high temperature, 37, more typical of what we would feel late November and early December. So let's share some beautiful fall pictures, right? Kind of get us back into the fall mood. Jared Mitchell is sharing this picture. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got the foreground, the greenery, and then in the background, beautiful colors. Although with the wind and the rain, you probably have noticed a lot more of those leaves now down on the ground. Bud May shared this picture. The beavers have been very busy at Shorewood here. You can actually see the damage they've done to some of the trees. You can always share your fall photos. See King at WTVO.com. Now, that gray and gloomy look we've had for much of this afternoon, all thanks to the cloud cover. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera now looking off to the southeast over downtown Rockford. Those clouds, they will stay in place through much of this evening. Part of the reason for that storm system down to our south. We had a few light snow showers come in earlier this morning. Didn't really cause too much of an impact on the commute this morning, but grassy surfaces, rooftops, and cars had a nice little dusting of snow. That system passing to our south, but we continue with that cold air. battling some drier air coming in from the northwest. So eventually that'll help break up some of that cloud cover as we go through the rest of this evening. Might turn our skies partly cloudy, but we'll see some of those clouds kind of build back in as we go through the morning tomorrow. 33 right now in Freeport, 36 in Rockford, 34 in Rochelle and DeKalb, and also 34 degrees right now in Dixon. Haven't had that much of a wind, so our wind chill factors haven't been too much of an issue, but there's definitely been that chill in the air, and you can see just how far to the north and to the west that cold air extends with that center of high pressure. Temperatures in the 30s, the 20s, and even in the teens. Of course, where our numbers are in the teens, that's where they've been dealing with quite a bit of snow. Really, our precipitation chances this week are pretty limited, and our temperatures, they will continue to warm. We should stay dry for the night tonight. Just keep with that cloud cover. Waking up tomorrow morning, a mostly cloudy start. But as that high pressure system works closer to us, it'll bring in that dry air, and we'll see an increase in the sunshine as we head towards the afternoon and then into the evening. This will allow our temperatures to once again fall back into the 20s. We'll continue with that clear sky as we head towards Wednesday, but as an area of low pressure works closer to us Thursday, and then the remnants of tropical system working up from the south, that'll pull in a little bit more moisture, and we could see a couple of showers work in, especially to the south, once we head towards Thursday morning. So down to 26 degrees. That's where we head for tonight. If we're able to clear out, and if some spots do clear out, it's quite possible that a few spots could fall into the low 20s to start off our Tuesday. We'll start off with some cloud cover again tomorrow, but see a little more sunshine for the afternoon. High temperatures right around 42. Let's jump ahead to this weekend. Of course, social distancing, trick-or-treating, staying safe. Hey, maybe this is an idea for you. No issues weather-wise. Should be pretty nice. In fact, with our temperatures climbing into the 50s on Saturday afternoon, right around 6 o'clock, we'll stay at that 50-degree mark, and the numbers as the sun sets will fall back into the low 40s. Low 40s for us tomorrow, but you see, Eric, those temperatures will climb by the end of the week. Another cold front comes in by the weekend. That could bring us back down briefly, but temperatures here as we work into the beginning of November, a little more typical of where we should be for the start of the month.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Well, the Bears are entering the meat of their schedule, and they hope to eat tonight in Los Angeles when they face the Rams. Now, when I look at this matchup, I see two very similar teams. Both teams have great defenses. The Bears are 6th in the NFL in points allowed. The Rams are a notch above them, actually, allowing fewer points than the Bears are. Both defenses have elite, game-changing pass rushers in Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald. Both teams have quarterbacks that are streaky. Nick Foles and Jared Goff can look really good at moments and really bad at other moments. The biggest difference I see is the Rams can actually run the football, while the Bears the last 3 games have had no run game. That's one reason I'm giving the Rams the edge tonight. Against these great defenses, both quarterbacks need to have at least a modest run game to help take the pressure off the quarterbacks. Plus, I don't like the matchup of Aaron Donaldson against Rashad Coward. That could be a nightmare for the Bears. So, for the Bears to win tonight, their defense will have to be magnificent and bail out the offense with takeaways and field position. If you like defensive football, this is your game. But I have the Rams beating the Bears 20-16. Now, James Robinson was amazing at Rockford Lutheran. He was magnificent at Illinois State. But the young man has somehow gotten even better in the NFL. What a game he had yesterday. He rushed for a career-high 119 yards for the Jaguars against the Chargers, and he scored 2 touchdowns. Even more impressive than the numbers was the way he ran with the football. He ran hard, constantly pushing the pile forward. He exploded through holes, and on both touchdowns, he did a sensational job, as you see there, lunging to get the football across the goal line. Robinson currently ranks 7th in the NFL in yards rushing with 481. He's on pace to rush for 1,099 yards this rookie season. He and his teammates, by the way, get a bye week this week. Great to see him do that.
Our first Sworn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Most of the snow we had from earlier today done with, but we'll keep with some of that cloud cover here as we go through the night tonight. Quite a bit of chill, though, setting in as our temperatures now are in the 30s. We're down to about 26 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning. We'll keep with that cloud cover, get a couple of breaks here and there. We'll start off with some clouds tomorrow, but should see gradual clearing for the afternoon. May take a little while. Temperatures back into the lower 40s. 52 as we head towards Wednesday, so those numbers, they warm just a bit here, especially as we head towards Halloween weekend.
A little bit of sunshine will help. Maybe that much. Thanks, Candice. Stay safe.